Hi guys, welcome to your Yin Yoga class. So before we get started, I really just wanted to explain a little bit about what Yin is and why it's so important and how it's really different than the type of yoga that you may normally be thinking about. So Yin Yoga is all about just releasing. It's about not stretching the muscles, but actually stretching the bones and joints and this tissue called myofascial tissue that's basically like these sheets in our body that hold our muscles and bones all together. So in Yin, we're not, reaching for our toes and straining. We're not using our muscles or really doing any of that. We're really going to be using different props. We won't use too many because I don't know what you guys have, but you use props to allow yourself to release. The poses are held for a long time, like 3 to 5 minutes, sometimes 7 minutes, and it allows our body to get past the point of stretching so that we're in the pose. Say we're doing a forward fold, we'd literally just be flopped like this for about 5 minutes, and it allows our body to eventually feel really safe where it is so that it can release and the muscles can release, the fascia can lengthen and strengthen and release. So it's a really calming, soothing practice. So we're gonna get started just lying on our backs actually. And we're gonna start in what's called Supta Baddha Konasana. So the soles of your feet will be together, the knees splayed wide. And I want you to start with your right hand on your lower belly, your left hand on your heart. Closing down the eyes. If this is a little too intense for you already, go ahead, grab your pillow or block, whatever you have, and you can place one of the blocks or pillow underneath your knee. These props are really great for this Yin practice. You can place them under one knee, both knees. Yin is all about creating space, about slowing down. Relax your face, your jaw. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Feel the rise and fall of your chest and belly underneath your hands. Connecting with your body, with your breath. Letting go of anything that happened today, anything that you have to do after. Bringing your mind back to the present, to the here and now. Back to the breath. hips, the inner thighs, this whole lower area that we're opening here often holds a lot of emotional baggage. So with each breath, breathing into the hips, into the thighs, and fully releasing anything that you may still be holding on to. Very slowly begin to remove your hands from your body, bringing your hands to the outsides of the knees. Remove any props you may have. Using the strength of your arms, bringing your knees back into center and gently hugging them into your chest. Massaging your low back, rocking side to side, making circles. Beautiful. Now let's rock back and forth along the length of your spine, enough until you come back up into a seated position. So we're going to come into that seated forward fold I described at the beginning. You may want to grab a block here, or a pillow, a cushion, something for your head. And we're going to sit up nice and tall. Go ahead and flex your feet. So point the toes up to the ceiling. Imagine that your feet are pressed up against a wall. And now instead of reaching forward, we want to open up the back here. Open up the kidneys. So instead of reaching forward, we want the spine to curl. So we're going to tuck our chin to your chest and begin to roll the forehead down towards the knees. Not forward, the forehead down towards the knees. If this is comfortable for you, you can just hang out here with no support. Feet firmly flexed still. That's the one thing we will engage, are the feet. You might already feel the hamstrings. You might already feel the back. You might feel some tension in the face as well. If you'd like to have your block or pillow underneath the forehead, it's really soothing, really supporting. And we're not going to stay in these positions up to 5 minutes because I want to be able to really give you guys a few different stretches to do without making this video too long. But just let's release into it here. Maybe you spread your legs a little wider, get comfortable. And once you get comfortable or comfortably uncomfortable, I don't want you to stay right there and not move. That's one really important thing about yin, is the stillness. Not fidgeting. Working our self-control muscle a little bit. Yin is the more feminine yoga. Yang yoga is what you normally see people practicing and normally hear about. That really young, moving, go, 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 exercising, that more rigid and linear yoga. That's the more masculine side. And if you didn't know, yoga was originally created for men. It was a discipline. And it was a form of their discipline, needing to fit their body into these shapes and move in a very rigid and linear type form. So in our world today, we often think about yoga being for girls and for women, and there's more women in the world doing yoga. But it's interesting because yoga is actually a masculine practice. So it's really cool to see that it's becoming more present and more men are starting to do yoga and really get into the practice. And with that being said, this yin practice is the more feminine side of it. It's the more fluid. It's the more slow, soft, not moving side of yoga. Yin can bring up emotions, feelings that may be stuck in the body. Take a big breath in, breathe into the kidneys, which are right below your lower ribs, above your low back. Breathe into the kidneys here. On your next inhale, bring the fingertips to the ground and slowly come forward with the chest and head to make your way up. Walking the fingers back in towards your body, release the flexing of your feet. And we're going to take our rebound pose where the body can really integrate what just happened. So placing the hands at your side. I like to call this sunbather's pose, and just sit back, lean back on your hands, and you can rock the hips side to side for a moment. And then come back to stillness in your sunbathers. Letting the posture really integrate. Letting the body settle. Letting the body become aware of what just happened. Keeping the breath moving slow and fluid through. And very slowly coming back up to center. We're going to work into the hips and legs a little bit more. So we're going to come into what's called dragon or lizard lunge. I want you guys to bring your right foot forward, coming into a low lunge. I'll demonstrate this way. Right foot forward. This is where the block can come in handy or something to put your hands on. Your left leg back. Not necessarily on the knee, but you're more on the top of the thigh. The back foot, top of the back foot is down. And we're just gonna hang out here. Both hands are inside the right foot. You may have the hands down on the floor. You may have them up on a block. It can be on your fingertips. We're really opening up into the left hip flexor here, as well as the right inner thigh a little bit more like we did in the beginning. Like I said, this hip area stores a lot of emotions, a lot of things that might be stuck in us. So I encourage you to breathe through each sensation as you come to stillness. Where can you soften? You soften the face. You relax the belly. Let's take 3 more big breaths together here. Inhale. Side out the mouth. Inhale. Out the mouth. One more big inhale. And let's purge out that stuck energy. Gently releasing the hands. Walking the hands back, swinging the right leg back around. Coming into a brief child's pose. Sitting back on the heels, knees together, forehead on the mat, arms down at your side. Resting the forehead on the mat. Massaging your third eye center. Begin to work your way up. Curling up from the belly, the ribs, the chest. Allow your head to come up last. Sitting with your palms on top of your thighs, face down. Regrounding. We're going to come into the other side. So let's go ahead, plant both hands inside of the left leg, the left foot. The right leg extending long behind you. Wiggling and moving to a way that feels comfortable for you. Finding that spot that you can become still in. And once you're there, close the eyes. Notice any differences on this side of the body versus the other. And if you do, that's okay. Let's just become aware. This yin practice brings a lot of things to the surface that we may not have looked at or that we may have seen but ignored. Yin gives us space. And I love the mantra, I create space to create clarity. You can repeat that out loud or in your head. I create space to create clarity. I create space to create clarity. Taking a few more deep breaths. Drinking in new air and releasing the stuck, stagnant energy. Very gently removing your hands from a block or pillow if they're there. Walking that left knee back, that left foot back, moving very slow, very mindful. Coming back into one more child's pose. Feeling connected with the earth beneath you, the third eye center. Breathing into the back body, the back ribs, the kidneys. Very slowly bringing your fingertips to your sides, using them to help you up, rolling up from the low back, the mid back, and the upper back. Sitting with your palms on your thighs, face down. Reconnecting. Regrounding. We're going to end with some gentle twists. So let's make our way down onto the mat, onto your back. Nice and slow. Keeping the knees bent for a moment. Go ahead, lift your hips up. Pick up your bum and drop it over to the right side of your mat. And the knees drop to the left. Arms splayed out wide at your sides. Anything you'd like to do with the legs, a gentle wrap of them like a twisted roots, or you can just let them fall on top of each other. If you have anything going on in the sacrum or the low back, I'd love for you to place a pillow or a bolster or block in between the knees to keep that area open. Close the eyes, let the chest fall heavy on the mat. Your shoulders may both be flat on the mat, or the right shoulder may be lifted. It's okay wherever you are. Breathe and release into this final twist and rinse. Allow the muscles to relax. Breathe into the right chest and let the shoulder fall closer and closer to the mat. Gently, with your next inhale, lifting the right leg back up to center, and then the left. As we slowly pick up the hips, shift them over to the left side, and drop the knees to the right. Right away, you may wiggle in and notice a big difference on this side versus the other. Let's breathe into that. Ask yourself, which side am I tighter on? Which side am I more closed on? And allow yourself to ask why, without creating too much of a story. Why are you tighter on the left side than the right side? Why are you tighter on the right side than the left side? For me, I was able to discover some imbalances in my body, my energies, because of twists. I was able to discover that my left side, our yin, our feminine, our moon, was a lot tighter and more restricted than my right, my masculine, my sun, my yang. Take and leave what you may, but wonder, what's the cause of one side being tighter than the other? On your next inhale, bring the right leg up first, or the left leg up first, and then the right. Splaying both legs out long on the mat. Making your way to your final resting pose, your Shavasana, the dessert of yoga. This one is definitely one of the more important poses that we tend to ignore. Release all tension from the body. Get any wiggles out that you may need. Relax the cheeks, the jaw. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Relax the chest, the shoulders. Let your arms be heavy like bricks all the way through to the hands and fingers. Let your belly and hips heavy, as if you're floating on a cloud. Releasing the hips, the butt, the thighs, all the way through the feet to the tips of your toes like bricks. Staying here and resting as long as you need. It was my pleasure to guide you through this juicy, calming yin. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.